And so, can you please give a huge round of applause for Paul Smith?
I think I'll breathe in, shall I? Okay. So Ivor says when you give a presentation at Bettakultcha, you should talk about your passions. For me, that's coffee, and there's a few signs that you're a coffee geek, and I am definitely one of those. The first one is the only other festival you went to this year was the London Coffee Festival. So I was there this year. In fact, these are slides from last year because I was there last year as well. It's probably the only other festival I'll go to in the year. I'm one of these people, that's an app on my phone. I spend all my time walking around, walking past the Starbucks, a Costa, or whatever, until I find the coffee shop that I want to go. Drives my family and friends mad, but you end up with the coffee you want. You really tell you're a coffee geek if one of your prized possessions is your pouring kettle. So this has a long spout, means you can control how quickly your water pours into your coffee. It's probably my favourite thing. I went to the UK Barista Championships as a spectator. Maxwell on your right, he's the UK Barista Champion, went on to the World Championships in Italy this year to represent us. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there, but you can stream it over a website. And also drive my wife mad by taking my electronic scales on holiday to weigh my coffee beans. So everybody should always weigh their beans, always weigh their water. I've got a few facts for you about coffee before we move on to how to make a great cup of coffee. Yeah, I didn't do the latte art. So coffee is the second most traded commodity in the world. It's second only to oil. A massive market grows in what they call the coffee belt, mostly around South America and Africa. It actually grows on trees. It's not a coffee bush. It grows on trees. And it's a berry. So it's a berry, and the coffee bean is not a bean at all. It's the seed of the coffee berry. So those coffee berries are grown on the coffee tree. Coffee contains caffeine to attract bees. That's why coffee is caffeinated. Bees use or attracted to the caffeine. Coffee's been banned in a number of places, and in fact, if I can read this back to front, in 1675. King Charles attempted to ban coffee houses. And Americanos were actually invented in Italy for American GIs who wanted their coffee watered down. So an espresso, a standard Italian coffee was too strong, and the American GIs added hot water to it. So, how to make good coffee at home? It's not difficult. It's not particularly expensive. You don't need a lot of stuff. But you just need a number of things. First and foremost, you need good beans. Always buy beans, never buy pre-ground. So good beans like these, always check the front to see when they were roasted, to check that they're fresh. You're going to need some equipment. You're going to need scales to weigh your beans and your water, and you're going to need a grinder of some sort to grind your beans. Number one thing you can do to improve your coffee at home, buy beans and buy a grinder. You're going to need something to brew it in. So the typical French cafetiere, this odd thing in the middle is called an AeroPress, probably one of my favourite easiest methods to brew good coffee with, or just a pour over. And I think the next few slides show you me making some coffee at home. So you grind your beans. A good ratio is 60 grams to a litre of water. Just the grind size, depending on your brew method, and you'll find lots of guides online as to how to do that. Rinse your filter and warm your cup. As you can see, I'm weighing my water to make sure I've got the right amount of water. It's approximately 95 degrees, just off boiling. So allow the coffee to bloom with about 100 grams of water. and then fill it up, and the total brew time about 2.5 minutes. As I say, these are photos of me brewing at home, and there it is, a lovely black, and only ever drink your coffee black, cup of coffee. Thank you very much.
Paul Smith, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to let his slides finish in case there was some kind of, little caveat there that surprised us all.